Hello ladies and gentlemen, Hobo here, and today I'm going to attempt Torment 6 Diablo. And I use the word attempt because this battle can be really hit or miss for both me and this build. In the past, I have done T6 Diablo solo when the level cap was 60 with my monk. However, I was spec'd all in toughness back then, and my shadow clone was actually surprisingly passive. It didn't use too much of the offensive skills. Diablo himself, I'm not too worried about. It's the shadow clones and whether or not they actually take advantage of their skills to the fullest is what I'm the most concerned about. Nope. No cages. None of that. God damn it. Thank you, Dormac. Phase 2. Okay.
Only by defeating us can you return to your own.
Okay, one down. Cages. Nope. Nope. Shadow clone. Okay. Last shadow. Diablo. Alright, last phase. Only thing I need to worry about is the laser beam for this one, and getting caught in a cage by accident. Cages. Okay, Dormac. There we go. T6 Diablo, ladies and gentlemen. Recently, I've changed up my build since the last videos. And it was mostly to fill in that gap in the issue of cooldowns. There we go. So basically, I decided to forego roughly 20% Holy and 1% to Heaven's Fury. I kept re-rolling the shoulders until I got this version. I was trying to get cooldown. And I managed to get it, however, it's the lowest row possible. That being said, I'll just keep re-rolling for a higher version of it. I decided to go with Captain Crimson's for both, well, for both of the passives, actually, because the cooldown reduction, the resource reduction, the life per second is nothing, well, it's minuscule, but healing is healing at this point. And the bonus resistances is just a minute buffer. Pretty much, I decided that I would give up roughly 4 million in terms of damage to whites and roughly 10 to elites for the sake of cooldown. That's why I got rid of my Andariel and went with the Helm of a Khan for the sake of having a diamond in it. And that's why I'm also wearing Captain Crimson's. Originally, I was using the Harrington Waistguard, but since most boss fights, damn near actually all of them, have nothing to open or turn over, it was pretty much mute. It was pointless. I debated about using the Witching Hour, but I thought that the the 2 bonus from Captain Crimson would be far more beneficial, and after playing enough time with it, it turned out to be just that. The one issue I have with this build currently is the amount of vitality I have. I am pretty fucking low, in my honest opinion. I don't like being this low, especially when my healing is so minute compared to it. My resistances, I want to get them higher to make me feel a little bit more comfortable in dealing with having such a low HP pool. More cooldowns will give me the ability to chain accurate faster, so I can rely on the 1-up, essentially, if I do manage to die during it. Pretty much, with the current cooldown I have, Akarat is roughly on a downtime of 8 seconds, versus the 20-some odd that it used to be in my previous videos. This allows me to do T6 with a lot more ease. It allows me to jump from elite battle to elite battle pretty regularly without too much fear of wasting my Akarat on whites like I was in the previous video of the Cow Rift. Pretty much I can activate it, deal the damage. If I run into a lead pack at the tail end of Akarat, I'll just wait the 8 seconds and then go right back into it. Primarily, that's also why I'm still running Shield Glare. If I run into an elite, I'll just blind it. If it's a boss, I'll also blind it and use the seconds that I have to help me survive a little longer. I was debating about putting more cooldown on my gloves, but I decided that I can't lose the vitality. It would put me at 255,000. I do not want to deal with that little with the defense I have. Stone of Jordan, I want to try to get one with cooldown rather than crit chance, because I can just use my Paragon to get me back up to 50. And I debated about putting having a trifecta for a Royal Ring, but as it stands, like I said previously, I don't like losing that much more vitality than I already have. So I think the build for now is pretty much at its prime until I can start finding replacements. A level 70 amulet would be convenient because it can roll a lot higher than the one I have. It's going to be a little tough to beat, though. I might try for better Reaper Wraps, and I might try for another perfect Hollow Barricade, but that's all up to RNG. I'll probably roll some more Captain Crimson parts, see how good I can get them in comparison. I really don't need armor on these things, so I'm going to try to keep re-rolling it until I get something more beneficial. And yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Torment 6 Diablo with my Holy Shotgun Crusader. And yeah, the Shadow phase wasn't too hard. I had Cormac there to help, keep me alive. It wasn't a true solo, but it was still a T6. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next video. It'll most likely be Malthael, and he's going to give me a real run for my money, especially since I don't have the Cold Immunity Amulet, which will make me pretty much just lull the entire fight, because I will be healing off all the death clouds. So, look forward to that video, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you all have a great day, a great night, wherever you're at, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Bobo out.